Hey, Nikki.
Hey, Brandon.
We're still here.
We're gonna abominate.
Abominate. It's an abomination.
Yes. It's very cute.
It is.
It's very cute. I like a bee.
We're getting very close to one of my favorite bosses in terms of like aesthetic. I'm very excited. I'll bet you're able to guess it once we get there. Just because it's you'll see it.
Am I just gonna be like, oh, that's very Brandon?
I'll be like, this is my favorite. It's challenging. It's not particularly easy or anything. It's just cool looking.
Okay.
I know that's cool to talk about, like vague terms, like you'll just get it.
It's cool, and you'll know it's cool. Oh, you like immediately.
That was weird. Yeah. Okay. All right, so come over here. So I'm gonna do the thing. She'll say, "Oh, booga booga booga," and then we'll be like, "Ah, you dang kids."
And we'll say, "Hey, don't do that." And I'll say, "I'm dead now."
Okay.
Just survive. Go on without me.
Oh, come on now. You shouldn't have done that. Thank you for not acknowledging whatever accent that was.
Hey, what accent are you doing?
No, I appreciate the not acknowledging it. No.
Oh, okay.
Alright, what now? This thing? How about knots?
How about you take that to the face?
You can take that to the bank, actually.
Hey-oh.
Come on. No.
Oh.
What hit me? Was it the honey?
No, the orb.
Oh,
It came back.
the giant orb
like,
there?
went off screen.
That's what hit
that
me.
That giant glowing orb? That's what did it to me?
I didn't think it would, but it did, in fact, do it to me.
You did too. I'm sorry.
Can't believe you've done this.
I'm your friend, but I'm not a friend that won't tell you when they did it to you.
And they did, in fact.
And they did do it to you.
Yeah.
Because true friends tell you when you get done to. Well, okay, cool. Thank you. Ugh. Too many things.
Too many cooks. Gotcha.
Too many cooks. Oh, thank you.
Yeet up.
Too many bees. Too many bees. I fell in the honey. Then you died. Honey,
takes a lot to make a stew. I've watched that way too many times.
Same.
It's not like, and it's not even that many. It's just, it doesn't take very long.
More than one is too many.
Yeah.
Is the thing.
God, that is just some of the best.
Ugh.
If you haven't seen Too Many Cooks, watch Too Many Cooks. And if you enjoy it and enjoy off-puttingly creepy things, watch unedited footage of a bear. And if you enjoy that and want to be creeped out even more, watch the rest of their stuff that they do because it's very fun and weird.
If you like stuff that makes you laugh because you're like, what?
Yes.
You're just like so uncomfortable and you're like, why is this happening?
Oh, shoot.
It's the stuff for you.
It's the stuff for you. Hi, my name's Brandon, and boy, do I have a thing for you.
It shot something. I didn't know they shot something.
Yeah, they did it. Oh, come on. That didn't really happen. No, Nikki. No.
Go on without me.
I hope that... Okay, good. I was like, come on.
Come on.
Come on.
Okay, so watch out for these orbs.
Okay.
They hurt you. And sometimes they go off stage and then come back on. So don't get too close to the edges.
Is this going to be the triangles again? Yeah, it's going to be the triangles again. I don't like the triangles because it's hard to... Oh, the pass!
Oh, you were right at it. She was just about to transform.
About to transform! Ever watch Transformers growing up?
No, but I played Transformers.
Like the toys?
Yeah, I had a bunch of Transformer toys.
They're good.
They were really heavy.
It's because they were for boys.
They were like old school. My grandpa at the time had a bunch of
No.
toys from his childhood. So
I saved you, I think.
Oh.
Yeah, that was bonkers.
A lot of old school toys. Transformers. They were very, very metal, very heavy.
Oh, gotcha.
Very unsafe, really, for children. And you could never really get them back together.
Right.
It's like you could kind of get them back to the vehicle, but it's kind of loose in spots or not quite lined up.
I'm so very thankful for all the things and gifts I was given as a child, but oh gosh. In retrospect, like I wish I wasn't like I had so many fucking toys at like random points in my life, and I'm just like I didn't need that much. Like I don't know. I know it had an effect on my psyche. I mean, like I wasn't like crappy about it. Like I was thankful for my toys, but like I just look back and I'm like, God, I had so many toys. I don't have any of them anymore.
Right.
None of them.
Right.
I think that's for largely the disappointing thing is that like if I had less, maybe I would have like cherished it more.
Yeah, maybe.
Because we've talked about the like I envy that you still have a number of the things that you were given and collected as a kid.
Right.
Only envy in the sense of like I just wish I had taken my better care of
things in general.
Watch it. Okay. Anyway,
Alley-oop. Yeah. Oh no. Where are you? You're up here saving my butt.
Yeah, no worries. Oh, come on.
Okay.
I don't know if I can get it. Yeah. I just like there was a time like I went through. I mean, I think everybody does. You go through phases of like different toys, and then it's like you gotta get them all. And like there was always. I mean, there's such an effort I felt like to actually get them all, and it's like I'm like impressed as hell. Like I'm glad I had parents that were cool. Like not. I want to give them the accurate credit. I don't know. You kind of see where I'm coming at with the like fear of sounding like disrespectful for the shit I got.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't want to do that. I'm very like happy with what I got. I just like.
I think what you're looking for is that it kind of set unrealistic expectations. Maybe.
Possibly, yeah.
Of like, it was all or nothing.
Kind of, yeah.
That's not how life works.
Well, I think also too that I'm aware of my privilege in this sense. To be at a point to say like, oh, I had so many effing toys, like that's a very fortunate thing to say. Like,
yeah.
And made for fun times, you know, lots of playing.
Oh my gosh! You just made me realize it's an only child thing.
What's that? Oh, having all of the
having
toys?
so many toys.
Right.
Because I didn't have anyone to play with. Because I was like, I had so many toys, and I was just like, had the thought of like, I didn't have anyone to play with them, so I definitely didn't need that many toys.
Yep, absolutely.
And like, I didn't like didn't know how to play with other people. So like, even when I got to the point where I was like having friends from school come to my birthday parties, they'd be like, hey, let's open the toys you just got and play with them. And I'd be like, no, thank you. Those are mine.
Those are mine, and I have some like older shitty ones.
Like, I don't
really
want you to touch it. And because I specifically remember a party, like, it was like 2 girls and 1 boy, and I got like the whole set of like the Barbie Rapunzel Barbies, and it was really cool. There was like a horse and a tower and like the whole play set, and I was like, oh, this is awesome. And then one of the girls was like, oh, let's play with it. And I was like, oh, but there's a boy here. He probably doesn't want to play with it, and that wouldn't be fair. And he was like, I don't mind. I haven't played with Barbies in a long time. I wouldn't mind playing with Barbies. I was like, I think you would.
You were like, no, subscribe to gender norms.
I was like, you were my out. We are not playing with my Barbies. These are new and they are mine. You guys will just ruin them. You don't know how to play with them.
With your sticky hands.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I'm having flashbacks.
Oh no.
I think I know why I didn't want to play with other kids.
It's because they had sticky hands?
Almost, yes. Because I had, it's actually my second cousin, but she's only like a year and a half older than me.
Mm-hmm.
I remember her coming over, and she was just like the worst kid. Like, she was always getting in trouble and doing stuff she wasn't supposed to. But like, I had one of those like Barbie doll heads where you could like put makeup on it, quote unquote, with like ice water, and then you could like style her hair.
Mm-hmm.
And my second cousin, like, I also had the bubbles that didn't pop. Do you remember those?
Oh, yeah. Those
They're, like,
weird chemical things that probably gave us all, like, bad diseases.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I also had those, and, like, she took that and, like, put it in the Barbie's hair and ruined my Barbie head.
Oh, no.
And so I think she was, you know, she's my cousin, so she was, like, the first friend I ever had over, I guess. And so it's probably like, other kids don't know how to play with toys. And she ruined my Barbie head, so...
Yeah,
never
no.
again.
Oh, fuck. I don't... Yeah. I was very... I don't know, this is surprising you. But I was very, like, controlling, like, I think, and I was very into, like, I wanted to do what I wanted to do, and, like, fuck. Fuck. I can't believe this has happened. And I don't know, like, I remember when I lived out at the Illinois River, I wanted to do stuff outside all of the time, but that's what a lot of my friends, all they had to do was, like, play outside and stuff. So I remember they would come over and, like, want to play video games, and I was like, no, I can do that one by myself. Like,
right, I don't need you.
I can't play outside by myself. And then, like, they didn't want to do that. And, like,
right.
So there was, like, that disconnect. I also, like, I don't know, just something comforting about knowing that, like, I get to be in control of everything at the end of the day is, like, a nice comfort, you know?
Yeah.
That's not there whenever somebody's over. And then you gotta get used to people's, like, sleeping patterns and stuff. Like, what if they sleep weird?
Yeah.
I remember in kindergarten, I had his name was Colton. And he was, like, one of my first, one of my first, like, quote unquote best friends. And, I guess I don't have to put it in quotes. He was my best friend at the time. And, he finally, like, came over to spend the night. And, I was nervous because I didn't sleep with a shirt on. And I was like, it sounds so silly. We might have been in first grade, but I don't know. But I was like, I'll just let you know I don't sleep with a shirt on. I hope that's okay. And he was like, yeah. He's like, I just hope it's okay because I don't sleep with pants on. And I was like, oh, okay. Like, I was super not okay with it. I was like,
You would have been so offended if he was like, please sleep with the shirt on.
Yeah. And it wasn't that he was, like, naked, obviously. He just was, like, with underwear on or whatever. But at the time, I was just like, oh, yeah, I guess that's cool. Because I thought he was, like, joking. I don't know. And, like,
right.
What do you mean you don't sleep with pants on? Like, that's ridiculous. I can't believe you'd say that.
There's always that, like, fun period of, like, someone's scared of the dark.
Oh, yeah.
You know? And he's like, I need a nightlight.
Mm-hmm. He's like,
you're gonna go to sleep without the light? Okay. Okay.
Oh,
That's brave. Brave. I'm gonna sleep on the bathroom floor.
Oh, I don't know.
Light on.
I don't know if you've experienced this, but this is a fun one to me. The feeling of it's like getting close to time to go to sleep, and then somebody, like, goes and asks either your parents or whoever's parents you're at or whatever it is, and they're like, I want to go home. And, like, that awful feeling when somebody is like, I don't want to be here anymore. And you're like, oh, shit. Like,
what did I do?
What did I do? I have also been that person, so.
Yeah, it took me a very long time to be able to stay away from home.
Yeah, for certain. Which is such a funny, like, memory now. Like, I don't know. I don't relate to that too much. I can feel still feel the sense of, like, I like my place that I know, and I think that's just natural.
Yeah.
But shit. But Yeah. It's just funny because I remember on several occasions being like, I can't, like that.
Right. Just like, I can't. Then you jumped off a ledge into honey.
I don't think that it took me a long, long time to spend the night at somebody else's house. I was much more preferred for them to come over to.
Right. I even I would stay at my grandma's house, and that was always an ordeal.
Yeah, I was saying I'd stay with my cousins at times and some.
Yeah, because it was my two grandmas and two of my aunts, two of my uncles. There's literally 6, 7, 8 other people depending at the time. But I was just terrified of being there without my parents.
Yeah.
There's so many people that could easily have protected me, but I was like, no, I miss my mommy and daddy. Only they can protect me.
And it's funny because that was the feeling, was the need for protection, or
I was just scared, I couldn't sleep.
No.
I don't know, when we first moved back to Oklahoma, we were in a trailer park that wasn't super great, so my mom was really paranoid, and she had me sleep in the room, and so I don't know if I just got used to that and kind of picked up on her fear, and I was like, oh, me sleeping by myself is a scary thing,
right?
Even though it wasn't my fear.
Hell, because I agree, I have the same kind of fear of I need to be near them or whatever, but I don't and it's just adolescence, so you can't really make sense of it, but I don't remember the justification I had in my head for needing to not be where I was,
right?
Because especially during the daytime, I don't know about you, but daytime fucking didn't matter. It was no problem.
It was only nighttime.
Yeah. I know a big thing for me was storms. I was mortified.
Yeah, I hate storms.
I love storms now, but at the time, oh my gosh, if it was cloudy, I couldn't go to sleep.
Oh, well, mine was just thunder, just the loud.
No, see, I mean, if it was raining hard and I was at school, I would make myself sick to go home. I couldn't.
Ooh.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, that's a lot.
No, I was mortified of them, which is interesting because again, I don't know there was anything in particular that caused that. It's just, storms are scary, I guess.
Yeah. I think part of it for me as well is and I still struggle with this, is that I for the majority have nightmares.
Right.
And I just have a very hard time getting from that sleep dream state back awake.
Right.
And so I just if I am able to wake myself up from the nightmare, I'm freaked out and super anxious and having a panic attack. I've woken up sobbing, I've woken up hyperventilating, it's hard, I can't quite calm myself down. So I think that was part of it too.
Right.
Because I could be oh, I don't know, I was definitely a kid that I had a nightmare, I went and laid on my parents' floor.
Right.
I would just run in there, and sometimes I would wake my mom up and talk to her about it, and then we'd go back to sleep. But sometimes I would just knowing that they were there, I'm okay, nothing can get me, it's okay, and then I just pass out on the floor.
Gotcha. No, I shared a bed with family for what felt like way too long, which probably was not all that abnormal, but yeah, being alone was not a fan of that. I've never had a major thing with nightmares. I just didn't. I don't know. I didn't like being alone. I also I know I've bragged to you about I sleep hella good now.
Right.
But I just couldn't get to sleep, and I think it was just kind of at the time. I'm not saying not being able to sleep is an immature thing, but at the time it was for me. I think it was largely I can't sleep, and I wouldn't try.
Yeah, I agree. That was the same for me with sleepovers. So it's I was the last one asleep and the first one awake.
Yeah. But beans. No. what was I gonna say? I don't know. Again, because I asked about the like protect thing because I just don't know what the justification fully was for me, and
Right.
But I felt that same sense too of like, I don't know. Ugh. And also, you know that like one of the things I couldn't stand growing up was like, I didn't like noise. I liked light. No, that's not how that happened. I don't believe that. I liked light, but I didn't like noise going on, and so that was a big point of contention. Oh goodness, between like me and family and stuff, because some people would sleep with the sound on TV, some people would sleep with it very very loud on, and I couldn't stand it. I hate it.
That's the same for me. Cannot stand like. I mean, there was a point where there's been different periods throughout my life where I was like, yes, I needed something on, but like it was turned down to the point where like it was almost inaudible.
Right, like background noise, like white noise or whatever. Because you sleep with audio now. Right?
Yeah, I sleep with a podcast. I guess that technology just wasn't available, and like music was too stimulating.
Well, and it's interesting because like I wonder moving forward in the future because I mean I don't know of any parents that do a ton to aid in children's sleep.
Right.
And it's not against them. It's just like because like that's probably not good habits to necessarily like work in as you're trying to like develop a healthy sleep cycle and stuff initially. And life, you got to do stuff in life, but. I just don't know. I've never heard of like parents working. I guess they do. I don't know. I wonder if that's going to be a thing of like, this is a way to help your kids who can't sleep. Like, because no, that was not a thing for me either. I would have never considered listening to a radio show. You know?
Yeah.
I'd have been like, no, I'm going to get loud commercials.
Yeah, exactly. And like that's why when I did like fall asleep with a TV, it was so quiet because I had to overcompensate for how loud the commercials got.
Right. Yeah, I used to always sleep to the Home and Garden Network.
Interesting.
I loved it because the Home and Garden Network would never HGTV would not switch over to infomercials all night.
Oh, that's true.
And so it was always pleasant. I wonder if that ever played into like how much I love just interior design. I think that's just, probably The Sims did more for that than anything. But I can do it this time, maybe.
Yes, thank you.
But oh god, darn it! See what I mean about this level though? Like it's just I don't know. It's so passively challenging.
Too much.
Yeah.
I think it doesn't help that everything is kind of like monotone.
Right. And you have to like you get trapped sometimes. You're just in a point and you're like, oh, I guess I'm about to get hit because
it's either I'm gonna jump or I'm gonna get hit. So.
Oh, like that. Hey.
I gotcha. Oh, goodbye.
I tried. I really tried.
I know you did. I used to fall asleep to Cartoon Network.
See, I would, but then Adult Swim would kick on and I get scared.
Yeah. I woke up to Aqua Teen Hunger Force a lot. Or like Squidbillies.
Squidbillies was bad for...
And I'd be like, what am I watching?
That's another thing, too. That's such an... Why is that scary? I think that's a very universal thing.
It's just like an uncomfortable animation style. I don't know.
I mean, yes, absolutely, because it's like a weirdly poorly done version of something that's supposed to be for you, so it feels like a trap almost.
Yeah.
You're like, this isn't right. Shit. And I think that's, But it scared the shit out of me. Oh my gosh, the fucking, the black screen with the white text. And,
That'd be fine, because it was usually like, it started off, which I would like watch Family Guy before bed every night.
Oh, yep.
And I'd fall asleep watching like an hour of Family Guy, and then maybe American Dad would come on.
Gosh, girl, same, man. I tell you what.
Yeah. And then like right at the end of my teens, it was Bob's Burgers. I'd watch Bob's Burgers every night before I went to bed. And it was Bob's Burgers for a really long time until I found that podcast. And also Netflix took Bob's Burgers off, which isn't not Netflix's fault. It was Fox. Fox took all their shows.
I used to always do the Family Guy, American Dad, and then Robot Chicken.
Yeah.
And then after that, it was kind of a crapshoot. The other thing, and I don't think Adult Swim did this too much, but I know comedies, maybe Adult Swim did. I don't know if they played the Girls Gone Wild videos, commercials, not videos.
Right.
But I remember at a much younger age, that went away at a certain point, but at a much younger age, those scared the shit out of me as well, because it was very much a sense of like, I'm not supposed to be watching this.
I was like, I didn't choose this, it just came on. I didn't do it.
It wasn't me, I didn't hit her. But, fuck. It's funny that I forget that I'm emotionally invested at any time, and then something happens, and
then you're real upset.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, I have been paying attention, I guess. So if anybody's watching this and thinking, it doesn't seem like they're paying attention.
We are.
We are.
I'm very much paying attention. No! I was doing so good.
I got you. Oh.
Thank you. No, but, yeah. Just didn't know what was going to come on that TV.
No.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. I got you. Don't worry.
Okay.
Don't even sweat it.
Thank you.
Man. Okay, we're in the final stage. Oh, bye. You're in the final stage. Oh, you're not. I'm sorry. I lied.
Oh. Got my hopes up.
Whew. Go dolls, these little legs.
Oh.
Oh.
Alright, well.
That's probably a good enough place.
Yeah.
That was a long one, but that's fine.
That's okay.
We'll talk about being awake next episode.
Woo!
Bye.
Bye.